Hello everyone, we are Our Bias, and today we're going to be presenting about our final presentation for sustainable design. So Our Bias is made out of me, Ying Hui, Mayuraka, and Jason Hoare. Next. This is our logo that we made for our project, and as you can see, it's an hourglass, and our group project name is Our Bias. Next. So thank you for all of the support and feedback from Ms. Tracy from Upcycle Shack. And we're very excited to show you what we have for our presentation. Next. So this is our team, which is Jetson, Jason, Yinghui, me, and Mayu. And we'll start this presentation off with the ideation process, which I'll pass to Mayu.
All right, guys. So I'll be talking about the ideation and how we started all of this. So the initial idea was to start with a clock. So one day I was just walking around our house looking for the materials that we were supposed to use, and I found bottle caps and where plastic bottles thrown around the house. And then so we presented this, but then I think we needed a bit more creativity. So that evening I was actually playing a board game with my family, and then they had to use an hourglass to keep the track time. So I was just thinking, and I was like, you know what, maybe we could actually use an hourglass, and that is how this journey started.
I'll talk about the prototyping. So next. So we actually had a few different ideas on how to upcycle plastic to become an hourglass. So on the right-hand side is actually one of the first sketches that we made. And then we did a lot of research on melting plastics and fusing plastics together, and how else can we tell the concept of time without using analog clock. So we went into experimentation mode, and we tried to make an hourglass out of recycled plastics. So these are the methods. Next. So experimentation, and next. So this is the method that we finalized with the whole process of making the hourglass, which is separating the method into two components, one which is the hourglass body and the plastic base. So number one is to collect as many plastic bottles as possible, which are identical. So we need a set of identical clear plastic bottles to make the body of the hourglass. So we cut a thin sheet of plastic according to the bottles, like the lid size, and then cut a hole in the middle of the tin sheet and secure it in between the middle of two bottles. And for the plastic base, which is like the disc, we will be collecting PP5 plastics to cut them into smaller shreds for even melting. And when we're melting them, you have to use silicone gloves to knead the plastics together to form a nice marble effect for the plastic to bond together nicely. So once you achieve your desired marbling, put the plastic block into the mold and place the mold in the oven for in 165 degrees Celsius to 180 degrees Celsius. Once it's out of the oven, place a flat object on top of the surface to stop it from deforming. And while it's still warm, imprint the rim of the hourglass body into the disc. Next. And so the last part is to connect all three components together. When the disc is slightly still warm, you press the rim onto the plastic to secure it together. This way we don't need a glue and it still sticks together pretty solid. So in replacement of sand, we will be using rice. So we'll be taking rice and putting it in the blender, and it will form the sand, and pour the sand into the hourglass vessel. So number 3 is to secure the top disc by melting it slightly, which is the same as number 1. And take a long piece of twine and wrap it around the center nozzle to hide the nozzle tips. And so afterwards, we can test the hourglass to make sure that the rice falls through evenly and it tells exactly the time that we need. Next. So here are some pictures of the process. So first, this is the first ever prototyping that we've gone through, which is collecting bottle caps throughout campus and trying to melt it. So then the first pass, it was not successful at all. As you can see, it's our first time trying to melt plastic. So it came out a little bit weird and wonky and a bit blobby. So next. So this is all the plastic scraps that we found in the university just in under an hour. So a lot of different bottles that are identical, as well as plastic wrappings that are all cut up into shreds and recycled. So next. So we take two identical bottles on the left, and then we cut it up into, separate them into like the body and the top part nozzle only, and then we melt the top a little bit just so it could smooth it out and it won't be sharp. So next. So we take PP5 plastic and you cut them into small shreds, as you can see in the middle, and then we melt them evenly in the oven. And then if you need more help, you can use the heat guns to promote the heating evenly as well. So next. So next is like the outcome of how it will look like out of the oven after some kneading and after it comes out of the mold. So I used a 1 cup metal mold, so it has the word 1 cup on it, but I think it still looks pretty okay, so I left it. So we have our body and our top cap ready. So next. So we wanted initially to use the yellow pellets provided by Dr. Goh and Miss Samantha, I think. I'm so sorry, but I really appreciate the yellow sand. But it did not flow through properly because the shapes are too uneven and the weight was not right. And then on the right, I've tried to melt a few more plastic discs for our project. So in the end, we decided to go with rice because it's the right texture and also the right size. We've also tried using cat sand and as well as coffee grounds, but both were not successful. So next. So here are some more of the process of the plastic melting, and then at the right hand side is the final assembled shape. That's how it's supposed to look like. So before we reveal like the final product, we can move into branding as our tutorial video.
Okay, guys. So I'll keep it simple. I'll talk a bit about the branding. So yes, this is our logo, like Yinghui mentioned at the start. And in the branding, this is what the color themes we have used. So as you can see, it was actually, we had to first use the colors which are available with the plastic bottle lids. And here's a tutorial video on how we made the product.
it's okay. I'll just continue to marketing. I'll add in the video in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
We pass it on, Jason.
So for marketing, next slide. So for marketing, the 4 strategies that we use for marketing is promotion, social media, target groups, and also video. So promotion refers to marketing communication used to inform target audiences of a product. For social media, social media, it's like a website and an application that enables users to create and share content or participate in social networking. So the social media platform that we use is Instagram. For the target groups, target market, also known as target market, is most likely a group of people to buy a company's product. So for our target market, we share it to our friends and also consider as young adults. For the video, we use the tutorial as the video as a pen of the marketing strategy. Next slide. For the campaign, I was in charge of the social media posting, which I mainly focus on Instagram. Next slide. For the design, we plan to make it minimalistic, clean, and modern, and we focus on the pastel colors because pastel colors are simply brighter shades of well-known colors that have been mixed with the color white. It also represents calmness and neutrality. It's usually used as base of a particular design which we use for this social media posting. Next. So the first, after the coming soon post, the next 3 posts are behind the scenes and the basic info of the people who are in the team for this project. Next. So for the continuing 3 posts, it's more of like a sneak peek, and also there's a filler post and also the industry coach under Upcycle Shack. Next slide. So for from the number 10 to 12 posts, which are the reviews and also the orders. So on the right, we started with introducing, and the middle one where we review the product, and on the left, the 12th post, it's where we post for we start our pre-orders. Next. So the latest 3 posts it's about the product. First is the function and what is it made up of, and also the last post is our goals and more info about us, about the team.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk a bit about the life cycle analysis for our product. So this is just a gist of what it's supposed to be. So if we go into depth, so we start off at inputs, so the raw material preparation such as plastic bottles, plastic caps, and twine. And then it goes into production. So the preparation used is like, burning the bottle lids, cutting the bottles, and grinding the rice. After the product is made, then we go into distribution where we send it off to people, and people can use it, and then the use, and then afterwards, after the product, then it is the recycling and the waste. Okay. SWOT analysis, Jason.
Yeah. Next slide. So for the SWOT analysis, the strength is the product is long-lasting, durable, it's made out of sustainable materials, it will not decay, and it is easily taken apart and assembled. For the weakness, it might have a bad odor because it's plastic and there's rice inside, and it doesn't decay if thrown, and it's bad to the nature. For the opportunity, it could be a demanding product since it's made out of plastic, because a lot of stuff out there, a lot of plastic are wasted and they are not properly recycled, and it also can create an awareness about the plastic usage. For the threat, it's the other Hourglass product company and also plastic products company.
So now we will show you our final product. So this is it. Our final product is just a very cute, small, simple, and colorful play an hourglass that's made out of 100% recycled materials. So the top part of the lid are both melted discs that are uneven and marble effect from like different plastic colors that we use. The middle part is secured tightly with a twine that is also a material that's sustainable, that will decay over time. The use of rice will also be long lasting as well, and it wouldn't create too much of a fog for the inner plastic bottle body component. And we've also timed this hourglass, and it gives us exactly a minute. And if it's rolling really fast, about 45 seconds to a minute. But overall, I think we've come a long way with this project, and we're very proud of our outcome. And
Also, for the base and the top part, we decided to use mixed colors because each color has its own symbolism. For example, blue represents calm and responsibility, yellow represents joy and hope, pink represents love and kindness, white purity and innocence. For the color purple is creativity and royalty. And our product name is called Timeless Spectrum. Yeah.
thank you for the explanation, Jason. So that is all from our group actually, but we also started our campaign and collected pre-orders from our peers. So we're not sure how many that we're able to make before next week. So far we have quite a few, about 5 to 6 orders at the moment. We can show you how enthusiastic and how excited some of our friends are for our product by our comments and reviews from Instagram. So next.
Yeah.
So
here,
we actually started our campaign by posting like a pre-order stuff. So a lot of our friends commented and was very supportive for our campaign. Is there anything you want to add, Jason?
It's okay. Yeah, there's just a few screenshots of like few of the posts. They are more actually, but we couldn't fit too much in a slide.
So I hope that you guys enjoy our project, and we learned a lot across this journey, and we're excited for what's to come. So thank you. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.